Black refs question fast-tracking of white officials as they remain on sidelines. Football's black referees have questioned the promotion of another official to the Premier League while they remain under a glass ceiling. With refereeing standards in the spotlight after a series of Premier League controversies, the lack of non-white officials continues to leave many so incensed they believe they are languishing in a black man's graveyard. Hartlepool whistler Tony Harrington took charge of his first Premier League game last Wednesday, Brighton's home clash with Wolves. In September, Aussie George Gillette became the first non-British referee to run a Premier League game when he officiated Watford against Newcastle. Ongoing talks for years have failed to see BAME officials fast-tracked in the same way as their white counterparts. Out of less than 200 referees across the country's top 7 divisions, just a handful are black or Asian, and only Sam Allison has made it to the referees list for Leagues 1 and 2. What must a Premier League and EFL do to address the lack of BAME referees? Have your say in the comments. Their frustrations are not with Harrington or Gillette, but with a system they believe is not geared towards support for black referees to be similarly fast-tracked, despite claims from English football's stakeholders they want the game to be more diverse. One black referee, who wished to remain anonymous, said, "This is so disheartening and begs the question for many of us, what's the point of taking the abuse and unjustified poor marks from clubs and observers every week when you're not going to get anywhere?" Another said, "Could the secret be shared as to how these referees achieved their goals so quickly so that everyone has an equal opportunity?" A third added, "I've had this for the last 14 years as a level 4 referee. My white colleagues overtook me at incredible speed." Stuart Atwell is another example of the professional game match officials limited fast-tracking referees into the top flight. As a 25-year-old, the Nuneaton official was promoted to the top flight list in 2008 after just one season in the Football League. The spotlight is now being turned on the FA's observers. Across the men's and women's professional game and the semi-professional tiers, there are just 14. Referees are ranked on a rising scale from level 7 to 1, with 1 being the elite referees in the Premier League and 2 being the Championship. While the PGMOL runs the top groups, levels 2 to 4 are run by the FA, with levels 5 and below administered by county FAs. Many non-white referees believe the lack of diversity among the FA's observers is a factor in their glass ceiling. Several have also cited inappropriate language used by assessors. One told Mirror Sport, "I remember 2 observers assessing me. Instead of being constructive, they joked about how I looked like the TV character Luther. If I complained, people would say I was being petty, but it sums up the culture we are up against." An FA spokesperson said, "By 2024, we want to grow the pipeline of a high-performing refereeing workforce across both grassroots and elite football, which is representative of females, black, Asian, mixed or other ethnic groups and disabled people." But frustrated black and Asian referees have pointed to a system they believe is not supporting them. One said, "Why is there no pipeline for the next referee of color now? Why is it that 2 of our white colleagues follow 2 varying pathways in their careers? They are supported, well-trained and sponsored, yet no